These are quotes directly from the source. Gillie and Walo are bozos. They are not cousins. In fact, they are butt buddies.
Me, it's bozoism at its finest. They ain't no cousins. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, Gillie and Wallo aren't cousins?
No, they not cousins. They butt buddies. They bookie butt butts. That's it.
A hard coat, knock upon your front door. When your ass attack like cancer, burn your condo down. Let my pin drop, don't hear sound.
So I'm scrolling through the YouTube streets, you dig what I mean, getting and gathering information for some videos, one of 3 that I'm editing at the time for you all. So bear with me and go back and click on my previous efforts, if you will. And I'll run across a video from a one Say Cheese interviewing a one Oschino. You will remember Oschino from back in the rock days and all this, that, and the third. Well, here lately, bruh's been on a generational run, man. Talking his shit. You dig what I'm saying? I hadn't really heard a whole bunch of, it was a couple people he got into it with or what have you, but I hadn't heard a lot of back and forth in between him and any other particular individual. And with the people he talking about right here, it's weird because cuz is from Philly, which gives him an insight to what he's talking about. But I had no idea that these fellas had beef, man. And so let's see what Oschino had to say about these fellas, man.
Now, you said that before. You said that Wallo is fake positive person.
Fake positivest nigga I ever saw in my life. But we make it. So they we love Wallo. Yeah, but guess what? The shit Wallo do behind closed doors, I don't do. See, I don't care about how y'all feel about me. I take the bad guy role. You know what I mean? Because it's too late for me to try to be a good guy. You know what I mean? It's too late. He took the good guy role, but it's fake. You know what I mean? Mind you, I don't mind that it's fake, but it's just that I know it's fake. And once they asked me it, you know what I mean? It became a big thing in Philadelphia the past couple weeks, right? But I'm going to say this to Wallo. You never supposed to let a nigga disrespect your little brother on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? I would never let somebody.
Now, I'm not even sure what situation he's speaking about, and he's going to get into it, but just in opining on what we just heard, I don't know how fake philanthropist Wallo is. If anything that I would say that I take from his persona and seeing him on camera is, I don't think he's funny. You know what I'm saying? And like his stick, like he's always like, yeah, I know a person that did something or something. I did. Yeah, I ran the Boston Marathon. Like that's just kind of a little joke thing. And I think he does some stand-up comedy, if I'm not mistaken. But, outside of me thinking his jokes and stuff be stale, I really never had a feeling about Wallo.
Never let somebody talk to my little brother crazy about me. I'm gonna talk to my little brother myself. If you so positive, right, you would never let that happen because you would be who you supposed to be online. Like how you be online, all this advice for everybody else. How you let somebody cut your little brother out about something I said? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this, like, bro, you ain't nothing who you supposed to be, who you pretend to be. You know what I mean? He like Gilly cuss his little brother out on his bed. I'm gonna bump into you, I'm gonna do this and do that. Yeah, and it still ain't call his little brother. Mind you, his little brother ain't say shit. I said it and they ain't say nothing to me. And then Wallo, he commented on my YouTube. He posted a picture of how much he sent his little brother 3 years ago, right? Mind you, when I talked about Wallo and his brother, it was never about money. They just want you. You know what I'm saying? When you look at his pictures, he's getting visits in prison.
Nah, Wallo ain't did that, bro. But just straight like that, bro. We give it clean. You did what I'm saying. Pause. If it was got a pause moment, whatever, we'll just be, you know what I mean, for safety purposes, we'll put a pause on that. But these days, man, when people get called out on things, they are quick to go to a numeric value. And I've spoken before, like that gives no bearing to how real of a person you are, how much of a good fighter you are, this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying I believe that about Wallo, but from what I'm understanding, Oschino is spitting straight facts out here these days. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow these guys closely to be on their Instagram and all this, that, and the third, but I'm going to just reserve my judgment and say Wallo did not send a picture of a bank account. You did what I'm saying? 3 years ago right now or none of that, bro. Like, it's too easy to make that up these days. And it's not a winning argument, you know what I'm saying? Unless you, in particular, arguing with somebody, hey, about money, who got the most money? But I'm going to say I don't believe it, Wallo. You did what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. Look how Oschino is looking at me, bro. He looking at me like, nigga, you know I'm not lying. My bad, Oschino, man. Let go.
You see, his sister kids is little. They grow up visiting him. You see the pictures. He don't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So nigga,
How do you know? How do you know?
because they're my family. They want free second in Wallow. I talk to their sisters and brothers every day. That's my family. I've been listen, I've been talking to them since I was 14. Every day it's like talking to your cousins. You know everything. It's like your family. You know what I mean? When I talk about on state property, I got my first pack on 51st and Market. I got it from Wallo Big Brother Duke. You know what I'm saying? When I woke up in the hospital shot in 1997, Wallo little brother Trey was at my bedside crying. You know what I'm saying? That's my family from the 90s. This ain't like no regular shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, they like to say no like gossip. There's some shit that I know because the only reason I even asked Wallo about his little brother because I said, yo, you know your little brother was my first rap group. That's like my little brother. He was like real nonchalant about it, right? Just asked him again like 2 years later. He still was like not saying nothing. So I asked Trey like, "What y'all cool? What's up with y'all?" I mean, I could tell the way he was responding to it. But he's like, "I think we cool," but the whole time he was already like on some shit. He a user, bro. Anytime somebody visits you for 20 years in prison when you don't got shit, you supposed to worship those people. If you don't worship them people, everything else you're doing is fake. That means you don't fuck with nobody, bro. That means you don't have.
Now, this is an interesting point right now. This is an interesting point. I myself have not done 20 years in prison. I would not like to do 20 years in prison so that I have a better understanding on this thing. But from just what I do know from being out here in the world, out here in the diaspora, having homies and knowing situations, I've dodged some things. You dig what I'm saying? I've been in, but I ain't been like that. From what I understand, I don't think Wallo went to prison as a kingpin, right? So it would stand to reason that, you know, the money that they were sending him or putting on his books was coming from their hard work efforts. Now, if Wallo was a kingpin, if he was a big meat before big meats, then I'm sorry that I'm not familiar with the game, sir. But if that's not the case, then he wouldn't have left, you know what I mean, 100,000, 500,000, 250, something like this here laying around, in which for them to enrich his books while he was in there. So over 20 years worth of time, folks holding you down, man. It's gonna be hard for me to buy an excuse on why, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and now I'm sure it wasn't all of them. It was probably just mom and, you know what I mean, uncle or something like this here with the monetary things. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people visit him over the years. But if that's, you know what I'm saying? If Wallo is on non-speaking terms with like the prime perpetrators of those good actions over 20 years, that would be something interesting to look at. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's two sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? If Wallo would have addressed this, I'm sure he's got some stories and some instances about, you know, why things went down. But just on its face, it's like, damn, bro, it'd be kind of hard to get mad at a person that held you down like that, you know what I'm saying, outside of trying to get you off to something. You know what I mean? If they ain't tried to knock you off, bro, it seems like it'd be kind of hard. Or stole something from you, you know what I mean? But it'd be kind of tough for me to go along with you, you know what I mean? You shunning those people, man. But, you know, in the world of money and getting rich, but being that he's in the position he's in, I would imagine that he probably set him straight at some point. Now, I think that happens a lot. When a person gets well off, they'll put something in your hand, and then you start spinning with both hands. You understand what I'm saying? And expect to be able to go back and get something. And then when you go back to get something, and they like, hell nah, bro. Now they the bad guy and don't support their family. So, you know, it's two sides to every story. But like I say, bro, 20 years of holding me down, it'd be hard to turn your back on that person. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't have the aptitude to fuck with nobody. But but see, people in prison learn how to talk their way out of shit. They know how to finesse you. And he's professional at that. You know what I'm saying? But I just see through it. But a lot, I mean, look at the girl who wrote this book. She saw him. Look at Don't Call Me White Girl. Look at fucking Devin Wade. Look, it's a track record, but he just know how to talk that shit. Listen, I mean, so I see through this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They just mad I got a voice. So people like, oh shit, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, come on, bro. The bullshit. How you pay the person that wrote your book? I mean, there's no need not to pay him. You be tricking on these girls. I said, if you gonna put up the $1,500 you sent your brother, put up the cash if you sent the shorty from Atlanta, because I know her. I mean, mind you,
hold on, no. It was $1,500. No, I'm not putting that on Wallo. Shit, no, man, hell no. You talking about $1 million worth of game then? That man ain't sent his brother $1,500. I'll give that what it was for. If That could have been like to pay a 1 month rent. But then I'm like, I don't even know if you can't brag on that. You can't send somebody a receipt. Man, I paid his rent that month when he finna get evicted. Then I told him, go on, get how you live from there. I like none of that would make sense. I'm not Wallo. I'm not putting that on you, bro. You did not 3 years ago when you was dumb rich. You didn't send your brother $1,500. Unless it was $1,500 for like a first class plane ticket, which wouldn't make sense for you to send a receipt of that to bro. I gotta look into this because the $1,500 and Wallow, it's just not a good look, and I'm not gonna put that on that man's head.
Mind you, I'm not trying to ruin you, because if I was, I'd have been trying to ruin you. I got shit to ruin you. But I ain't that. I just said one thing about get with your brother, get with your family, make it right. I mean, instead of you making it right how your positive Wallow's supposed to be, he got mad and like Gilly talking. And Gilly talking all this tough shit to my young boy, right? Gilly, you was a bitch because you was talking stuff to my young boy. Why but you interview beings who beat you the fuck up on South Street. It makes no sense. I mean, you got pics. And why they ain't say nothing to me? I don't want to say.
Oh, Gilly the kid. You know, Gilly is one of them like Napoleon complex, like little shorter guys, you hear, little pit bull, chihuahua, little boy. You know what I'm saying? Gilly been out here supposed to beat a lot of people up for probably like the last 20, 25 years. So I ain't even gonna hold that against Gilly. That's what he does. Gilly is, if you listen to Gilly, you take his conversation for it, the Gilly gonna beat you up. I do know that.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. I'm the one said it. You would think they'd be like, yo, Oschino, fuck you. Shut. They just, to me, it's bozoism at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Don't be positive unless somebody check your little brother. Imagine your little brother getting checked. You like, yo, hold on, I'm gonna do that. You don't talk to my brother like that. You're not gonna do nothing to him. He let a person threaten his little brother, man, and ain't say nothing. Still ain't say nothing about him. Mind you, his brother said nothing. Ain't say nothing wrong. His brother not on the internet. His brother like, oh man, you might gotta take it down. Guess what? I was gonna take it down for his brother. I mean, his brother's my brother for real. You know what I'm saying? So if he told me to take it down, I'll take it down. I'm like, yo, did y'all fix it? Y'all, that's why I ain't seen nothing about it again yet. I'm like, man, fuck. Like, man, he whatever. His brother don't talk gossip and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, I see you talking all this. Mind you got a sister he don't see. She was going into prisons to see him, inside the prisons. You know what I'm saying? She saved the nigga the tassel from his cap and gown from when he graduated. He don't talk to her or her kids that was visiting for 20 years.
And again, I'm on the outside looking in, but it sounded like bad work. It sounded like somebody done went Hollywood, Wallo. Tell me, say it ain't so, Wallo. Say it ain't so, Wallo. And Gilly and Wallo say it ain't so, man. I hope it's got to, again, it's two sides to every story, bro. So if he chooses to divulge the details, then we'll be privy to that information, man. But it couldn't just be I'm too Hollywood to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So let's just reserve our judgment, man. But as I'm talking to you all, I'm looking over here in the side, and apparently it's a couple of days ago some of these comments came out, and so we'll definitely do some more looking into this.
For 20 years, how positive can you be? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm looking at him like, you fraud. That's it. I'm not saying he's not a good businessman. I'm not saying nothing about nothing else. I'm just saying that part of that crying in front of Lil Durk and all that shit. That shit like, bro, what you doing? You cry. Listen, you cried in front of Lil Durk and them, guess what they did? When it spent on somebody, the next soon as he left. Yo, bro, I'm like, yo, these niggas is gangsters.
So I'm telling you this some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. And when I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow.
Yeah, that was a little crazy, Wallo. You gotta hold that L right there. So I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. Like that one was, it was performative at its best. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, it's all right to want to stop the violence. Hey, you can't be out crying with it. Well, come on, man. Them niggas don't know you, Wallo. them niggas are spin the block. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Niggas is gangsters. When you talk to gangsters, they don't give a fuck about. When you cry in front of some young gangsters, they gonna think you soft, man. You know what I mean? You crying about what? They like, nigga, niggas dying every day out here in Chicago. You gonna fuck about you crying, nigga? You know what I mean? It made Philly look bad if you ask me. These niggas in Philly soft. They crying. I think they have murders too. Cry when you go home, nigga. Don't cry in front of them. If you crying about somebody dying of your family or something like that, okay. Not crying about the ghetto shit that we've been seeing all our life. Ain't nothing to cry about. That's all dragging. We call it dragging.
You think it's all an act
all
for the character?
Yes.
Do you know all of Wallo's family?
Not only on his dad's side.
Only on
Not
his dad's side.
I ain't gonna say everybody on his dad's side, but his two brothers and his sister, and all the nieces and nephews, and all, the whole side right there. Yeah, they live on 42nd while losing.
Yeah, and I don't know Wallo from a can of paint, but I do know how family could get sometimes. I do know when you get money. Hold on. I do know when you get money, family sometimes can become not family.
They didn't
you
ask
know
for money.
this.
They didn't ask for money. They never asked for. They ain't about money. If you ever been in prison 20 years,
and he gonna go into the 20-year thing, which is I feel like a good point. But again, we don't know the details. But I think Oschino may know the family, but Oschino is not family. So I would caution Cuz from going off on the deep end like he know the whole story because of what they told him. You know what I'm saying? They do say blood is thicker than water, so I would imagine that, you know what I'm saying, the version he got from the horse's mouth, if you will, from those people in the family, you know it got to be a little sauce in them. You know what I'm saying? And most people aren't good at self-deprecation, so, you know, they're going to make the story sound more sympathetic to their side. We all know this, so, you know what I mean? They ain't ask for money, like, bro, come on, man. They ain't show you all their text messages, or, you know what I mean? Come on, like, it might get a little icky, bro, because he's getting into family details. You dig what I'm saying? And so if Wallo's got a problem with this, you know what I mean, people may be able to go back and look at some of these interviews, or really just, like I say, man, just have some inroads on trying to check his temperature on what his factual information is. You know what I'm saying? That he's making a run to all these other podcasts talking about.
you in prison for 20 years, everybody forgets you. If I was in jail 20 years, maybe now I got family, people that come see me. But most of my life, if I was with the jail at the age Wallo did, nobody I would have had. I don't know nobody that would have came to visit me for 20 years. And any people that did, anything I get, I feel like I owe them everything. Because they showed me, they let me know. Mind you, he made it about money. If you look at my post, there's no money involved. His sister said, I miss my brother. That's my favorite brother. I just miss him. They all got jobs. They're not bums. You know what I'm saying? So just think about this. Not only is he not doing them dirty, it make people ask questions like that, what the family do. When all they do was ride for you and you use them. I mean, so imagine somebody, you doing this ride for somebody, they flee you, and people asking you what you did. And everything you did was stand up, and you Dickie and Gilly, he's not even your real cousin. He's not your family at all. That cousin shit, they probably go together. That shit fake. They ain't no cousins.
Oh, and before we get into this part, because this finna get crazy. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my life, you know what I'm saying? I'm alone. I'm an only child. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fine by myself. I know how to deal with people, but I have to make myself in most situations, you dig? But in situations where, you know, I can say it ain't no lame nigga stories on me throughout my years of life, and I've been in a lot of states and a lot of situations. But I can look at the situations and the people that I stopped dealing with and why I stopped dealing with them and all of that. And I can identify what I could have done better. You know what I'm saying? My role in it. I won't say that I was necessarily wrong about how I did it, but I most certainly recognize my part in the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? So you asking questions about what they did and the family ain't did nothing. It's like, bro, you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that would be parts of these situations, like I said, well, in retrospect, people would be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have. You know what I mean? I asked him for some money, and he told me, no, I gotta wait. And I told the nigga, you a millionaire, why I gotta wait? I'm gonna be evicted by Thursday. Well, ain't nobody, and I'm speculating, but we know how these conversations go. You heard Sean say, I know how family can get. So in a situation like that, you come back at somebody like that, and then the ego of me being rich and you got to ask me for this money, it may creep in to fuck you. You dig what I'm saying? So again, bro, there's nuance to the situation, man, but we about to go into some territory right here where it's like, oh my God. Oschino is going for gold, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So wait, Gilly and Walo aren't cousins?
No, they're not cousins. They butt buddies. They bookie butt butts. That's it. They're not no fucking cousins, bro.
Nah.
Sound the alarm. What the hell? Oh my God. Ain't no way he just said that, did he, man? Cuz say, man, these boys are not cousins. I've already said that they're bozos, or maybe you finna see it, but they are in fact butt buddies. They may go together. They may be a couple of the LG. What y'all know the letters? That's what the man just said. This man was sitting right here in this green Adidas Mexico suit. That's what the man just said. Walo Gillie. $1 million worth of game. Come on, man. Come on, what we doing, man? What are we doing here in August of this here year of the law, man? What's happening, bro? I love the internet, my nigga. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, I mean, I think I've seen pictures of them when they were younger.
Bro, they're not cousins. I'm telling you, they're not cousins.
But they didn't just meet. They damn near cousins, nigga. They didn't just meet.
I didn't say they didn't just meet. But if you say me and you knew each other since you was 1 year old, right? We still not cousins.
Yeah.
That's my brother right there. I'm gonna let a fake cousin cuss out my real brother? Fuck no. Hey, yo, I got this. Don't say nothing to him. Then talk about violence and shit like that? Come on, bro. That's that. What kind of brother is you? Bro, come on. If anything, if you gonna want violence to happen to him, you do it. You don't let nobody else do it. Listen, I got a brother named Hassan I don't fuck with because of some shit like that, bro. He did some shit like that to me. Let somebody come say something to me about on his behalf. That was 11 years ago. I ain't speak to him since. You know what I'm saying? I'm the little brother. You let a nigga talk to me about me and your beef and you ain't do it? I don't fuck with you no more. You ain't no brother.
Interesting point, Oschino. So, if we're taking your story for truth, you have a situation in which a loved one of yours you don't fuck with no more. 11 years ago. So I think we have to give Wallo the benefit of the doubt that he's got some good reasoning in which why just because he don't fuck with 7 of them, you know what I'm saying? The number don't matter, bro. Like, they could have all been in cahoots. So I think we have to afford Wallo the same benefit of the doubt that he got some good reasoning, just like we got to take Oschino story that he stopped messing with his brother Hassan. Is it Hassan Campbell? That's New York, ain't my my bad. But he stopped rocking with his brother Hassan because he allowed some guy to come and say something to him, being Oschino, on behalf of something his brother Hassan had said. So come on, man. We gotta play fairs, man.
I don't fuck with you no more. You ain't no brother. I would never let nobody say nothing to my little brother. You know what I mean? Especially no shit, you gonna do something to him. No, I got that, bro. You overstepping your boundaries at this point. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody knew that. So like, even think about this. This the same thing somebody said on YouTube. Well, what did the family do? I got money to everybody. This family not asking for money. They said, damn, bro, we was up there for 20 years. You see little kids in the pictures growing up with you. You don't speak to them. What do? They become since they was 4 or 5 years old. How you don't speak to them? You got all this positive shit with Lil Durk and all these people. You don't even fuck with the people that's riding for you. You think Lil Durk and them would have came and visit you?
He bring up some good points about that 20-year bid. That's a long time to be in prison, man. People got to make a lot of sacrifices and keep you in their heart for 20 years. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm letting him rock with you know what I'm saying, about feeling the way about that. But like I say, bro, and then when it comes to the little kids in the family, like, you can't really talk to, unless they teenagers and got their own phone. It's like you can't talk to them without dealing with the family. And so, you know what I mean? That kind of just puts everything in the bow all together. But it's wild. Oschino got shots fired, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, bro, we all know, just you don't even have to be rich, bro. When you well off, the well-off member of the family, you know what I'm saying? I can't say we are, because all of us hadn't got there. Hopefully everybody will get to where they going financially, and you know, more money, more problems. You'll experience these things whether you want to or not. But we all know situations, man, where the breadwinner of the family starts to be looked at as the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm rich and famous, everyone else feels that way. And, you know, I've always thought it was kind of weird, unless you're into the same things that they do and you try to get on. But it would seem like you got a family member that's rich and famous, like got connections. You could just hone your mind on a particular skill in whatever field, and seem like you would come out better having that facilitated and them, you know, donate towards that, man, and get you through doors and into positions that other people would have to wait years and all of that. So, you know, I've never understood that, but I come from a family that everybody is pretty well established on their own. We don't really have any layabouts. You dig what I'm saying? I'm probably the more black sheep. I'm the entertainment guy. I want to do stuff on my terms and all of that. But we all know how it goes, man. But like I say, Oschino is out here talking wild, bro. He is on his gamut. So we gonna see if these boys got something to say in return. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Y'all also, man, people that watch this far, I appreciate you. This YouTube thing is so up and down. And so if you will, man, critique the video. Tell me what you think about me on camera, the setup, the mic, the content, the material, the intro, the transitions, any of that, bro. Like I value constructive criticism, and so every episode I make, I'm just continually trying to get better, man, and see these numbers be more consistent. So for people that made it this far, man, let me know what you think, and I will do my best to institute to get ideas from it. So, and until the end, man, it's been straight like that. I'm out.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Jack Travis, Lord Dungeon Dragon, spit that flame. Raise whole cities, your building can't.